Hi guys, my name is Harry Yotis. I've been a professional trader for 20 years now. Started in 2005 working for National Bank Financial, one of the big banks here in Canada. And for the past 10 years, I've been trading my own account. So let's get started with this daily market update. This is a picture of the S&P 500. We always start with the S&P 500, but I'd like to mention that the big news of the day is critical metals and a Bitcoin. Okay, we'll get to those later. First, we always talk about the technical picture on the S&P 500. This is today, Tuesday, the 2nd of December. It's sort of like an indecision day, up, but finished kind of flattish, let's say. So the technical picture is bullish because if we bring in the moving averages, you'll see that we're still trading above the 50 and we're consolidating above that level for like 4 days now since it closed above on Tuesday. So let's say a week above the 50, which is very good. A couple more weeks and, above the 50 is really bullish, okay? It wasn't just a break above and then go below, okay? So this looks to be like a real move up, especially since we have sentiment still at extreme fear. Almost everything is at extreme fear still. So we have plenty of room to go up. So let's move these guys out of the way for now. Really, really bullish. However, the only caveat is, like we mentioned it yesterday and the days before, is that I would really like it, technically speaking, to get above this 685 level on the SPY. Then it would break this series of lower highs, which tended to be bearish, okay? So we are bullish, but I would like to really, solidify the bullish nature of this technical SPY pattern by going above 685 in the coming days and weeks to come. As you know, my target is still 700 to 720 by year end, okay? So the technical picture for me is still bullish, and we have sentiment still in the toilet, which gives us plenty of fuel to keep powering higher, okay? And the technicals here, the RSI is pretty much neutral, and the PPO, which is like a MACD, has already made that bullish crossover where the quick moving average crosses above the slower one. So technically speaking, everything is lining up bullish with one exception, which is I would like it to close above 685 to be like 100% sure, okay? So let's move on to the big news of the day, okay? Critical metals, and specifically the mining company. Okay, this is a retail favorite, okay? And why? Well, because the Energy Department came out today and announced actions to secure American critical minerals and material supply. It's an exciting time for my team, says Wedad Whitman, okay? $1 billion will be used to advance and scale mining, processing, and manufacturing technologies across all critical metals areas and supply chains. Okay, so we know that this is a theme that we've been playing for a long time. And of course, the metals company, which is a offshore metals drilling company, cobalt, nickel, all that stuff. And it's a retail favorite, okay? Not my favorite, but the retail favorite, and it's moving a lot today. It's up, as you can see, almost 18% for the day, okay? So although the critical metals play and this stock is getting traction, my favorite play in this critical metals junction is MP. Okay. Not doing as well as the metals company, but it's still doing pretty good. As you know, we entered here during this bullish engulfing as it was forming around these levels, and we entered an option structure that will expire, I think, two in February and in January. So we're hoping that it'll go. What I did was, let me be a little bit more clear here, okay? Make it way more obvious to people. Okay. What I did here is I bought 60 calls, sold 80 calls, okay? And I think I did this for around $4, okay? So as you can see, it cost us $4 to enter the structure. We're buying at 60, selling at 80. So we're going to make $20 if this goes our way. Okay, we're probably going to get rid of it before that, but the risk reward of this trade is 5-1 at least. Okay, and we gave us some time for it to work out. Okay, so let's just get rid. As you can see, let's just get rid of it for now because it's 60 and 80. Okay. Oops, what is it here? Okay, delete. Anyways, we'll delete it. We'll delete it later. It doesn't really matter. Just for the sake of time, let's just put it back. Okay. So we don't have to delete it now. We'll do it later. So what I'm hoping for is that it crosses above this 66 level to get rid of these previous highs, and then I think we're like free sailing into the 80 level. And if it trades above 80, we'll probably get rid of it before the date of expiration. So that is my preferred play in the critical metals sector. But we have a lot. We have UAMY, this one not doing as well. This is antimony, okay? Very high price on antimony, but this one is not doing as well as the rest. And another one that is a favorite of mine is UUUU. This one I like, UUUU Energy Fuels, because it's uranium and critical metals, okay? And these guys will probably get a boost. So this is probably a good place to enter it. I do have a structure that ends in January, okay? So this for me is probably the second favorite to play because it is acting fairly strong. But the metals company, as you can see, is really doing well. It's if you would like to enter it, you can enter it in a similar structure, call spread, if you will. You can get more complicated, but that is the most simplest thing to do. Okay, and this is reacting much better than my other ones here. Although fundamentally speaking, MP is better because the metals company here really has like no revenues. It's purely strictly a like if you'll see here on the let's get rid of this. Get rid of the brush because then. Why is this going on? Oh, let's go back to cursor. Yeah, that's it. Okay, so as you can see here from the earnings, it has no revenues, so it keeps losing money, whereas MP has revenues. It's an actual company it lost money here because of it couldn't recognize revenue because it couldn't sell some of its heavy metals, heavy rare earths to China. So, but it will recognize that it will be made up by government revenues going forward, and that's what the CEO said. So in the next quarter, you should see this much, much higher. So my preferred play is MP, but the metals company seems to be a meme favorite and doing much better in the short term. Okay, so the next thing that I want to talk about today is let's update our Bitcoin analysis from last time. As you can see, I wasn't in Bitcoin. Okay, yesterday it went down 5, now back up 5. So this looks like this capitulation event might have been the end, and that it might drift forward. I'm not really into it except for a small Mara position, but the leader in this space, I guess, the most volatile is MicroStrategy, and I wanted to enter here. Yesterday I was interested in entering a short put spread around these levels, but the prices went much lower than I liked. I would have hoped I would get a better price, maybe in the future, who knows. But so far I haven't pulled the trigger on the MicroStrategy play. It's just my Mara play that I have that, if it gets above 13, it should be profitable going into the new year. So the Bitcoin was a head fake. Yesterday's move down was a head fake, and it came back up. So there is hope for this space. However, for me, I'm not really into it. My trade with Mara is very small, and I don't think this space has as much upside as general equities. Like, look, the SPY really kicked in, whereas you see like Bitcoin, it's still stuck at the lows. Okay, so you could get a good bounce, and you might play that, but for me, that's not my preferred play because it's general general market equities, and of course, my favorite sector is precious metals. Specifically at this point, it's silver. And silver, for the past 2 days, has been consolidating this breakout, which is very good, okay? This is exactly what you want to see if you're bullish. A breakout, what do the technicals say? A little bit overbought, who cares? We can go overbought for a long time, you can see. We can go overbought from $43 to 53, another $10 of overbought, okay? So it's just telling you that we're not right here. It's not at a perfect place to buy. You should have bought when we said a long time ago around these levels. But still, even here would be good, okay? But the main point is that this breakout is holding, and it must hold for at least 1 to 3 weeks for it to be solid. And same with the gold space. The gold space still hasn't broken to new highs, okay? Yet it is a bullish pattern continuing this long-term bullish move, okay? And we did get into gold moves, stocks here, got rid of them, a lot of them here, and still holding our core position in precious metals, which is our largest conviction trade to date. Okay, so that's it for the 2nd of December. Let's recap a bit. I am bullish SPY. Okay, the sentiment is in the toilet. Extreme fear. Still, everything checks the bullish check boxes, except for one thing, which would be for price action to go above 685. I would be much more happy if that is the case, and we head into new highs. The critical metals play on the metals company, it's doing great. However, my preferred vehicle is MP Materials, looking like it's consolidating before a breakout, which I hope happens above the 66 level. And UUUU, another one that I'm holding. So that's I hope for it to get above the 16 level by January. So that is it for the 2nd of December. Guys, if you liked what you saw and you want to help, please like and subscribe. Drop a comment, of course, below, and I will analyze anything that you want analyzed. And that's it. I'm looking forward to tomorrow in the SPY. So far, so good. Santa Claus rally in full effect. Later.